Hello to all the meeps and bubbles, here we are, back again. Last episode I stopped while Aiden was still beautifying the base. This episode we continue with this and a bit of magma shenanigans. Over at Steku's place I noticed that this area might get too hot in the future, which is why we placed down radiant liquid pipes to cool this. I also hooked up a bridge here that once we build the pipe system, the salt water or brine will refill the loop. But as you can see, the dupes haven't finished building this yet. Back on Aiden's asteroid, a little bit more excavation is on the menu. On Full Vista, a new duplicant is on the menu. A banshee, a vomiter, bottomless stomach or mouth breathers. I don't like any of you. I will prefer the dirt over you. Aiden seems to be having a good time. And Lamb might have a drinking problem. Take a look at this area here. As you can see, I'm dumping the hot water that we used to cool the metal refinery just down here this shaft. It accumulates down here and drops down to the base. For now, I'm going to close this off here and have the water collect here. Maybe I will use it for something later on. Maybe I will dump it into space, not sure yet. But I want a clean environment for the dupes while they are digging up all this space here. Something funny that I discovered on Steku's place. Take a look at those two, a pufflet and a puffed prince, just in these tiny areas above the polluted water. Nice. As you can see here, the dupes finished what I asked them to do. They haven't finished cleaning up the freaking mess they produce everywhere else. I'm setting this to a clean priority 9. Also, you can see this gas pump running constantly. At the moment, let's check this. Where's the freaking gas overview? Yeah, at the moment I'm sucking up everything that is down here. It is mostly chlorine and polluted oxygen. Because I'm pumping in clean oxygen from above, I am not. I plan on pumping in clean oxygen from above right here, so that the pressure pushes down all the other gases and it will clean the base from these ugly gases. Also, here's a long pipe that I will use to supply the dupes with oxygen when they dig here in this area. I gave the dupes a priority 9 order right here, so we can have at least a bit of oxygen for the dupes to resupply themselves. There you go, Lamb. On Steku's place, Nails finally has enough skill points for the suit sustainability training. And Mr. Steve also got one more point. I'm going to put that into exosuit training because we do need the exosuits a hell of a lot. Which means go to the pneumatic door and we can now activate it for all the dupes on this planet. Same here. Here at Aiden's place we are finally finished with our oxygen supply right now, meaning there's oxygen arriving. Supplying the dupes, yes, supplying the dupes with enough to breathe, at least in this tile here. A much nicer work environment for the lovely dupes. Aiden sleeping like a baby, but take a look at the temperature. Still nothing is fixed here, even though I placed down a lot of those Tim shift plates, which is why I'm now using this cold liquid, in our case petroleum, water, polluted water and whatever I put in this pipe, and reroute it right over our amino wood. I'm only doing this temporarily. Maybe in the future I can use this as a heating loop for our base if our liquid gets too cold, but for now I'm just going to cool down the plants again. We're at 15,000 calories. There is no problem at all. I could just harvest all this. At the moment I'm not harvesting anything. I'm just letting it drop, as you can see by the red symbols. No harvest allowed. Dupes just go there and collect whatever drops to the ground on its own. This here was harvested by a dupe, as you can see by the green symbols here, just so we got a little bit of meal lice right when we need it. That's why I cool it. You can do it, dupes, you can do it. Nice, there you go, connected here and there. Cut this. Now we wait and keep an eye on the temperature. Since I deconnected this sensor, the heat is only detected on the lower sensors. Since this room is already low enough, it is not below 20, the space heaters are deactivated. We fixed the massage room, otherwise our gas would escape into space. Now every tile that needs to be covered is covered. And why not deconstruct the plastic ladders as well, we do not need them anymore. Update on the steel production on Flodista. We are at 26 tons at the moment, which is pretty cool. We do have 7 tons of lime left, 5.5 tons of refined carbon, and we're at 20 tons of iron. Not sure about the lime though. Do we have more lime? Nope, that is the whole lime we have on the planet. We might be able to crush some more from the eggshells. No, we are not. We do not have any eggshells. We actually finish our piping snake system right here. Pipe spaghetti for the win. Grab the pipe, connect it up to here. Disconnect this, disconnect that as well. Cancel these. And with this we should have our loop running. We should have. Is there something missing? This goes down here and we need to connect it up. Not with a bridge, just like this. Connect it up. Finally, cool. And as you can see here, and with the red symbols here in the middle, the body temperature of at least a few plants is above 50 degrees Celsius. So it was a good idea to actually cool this down. Maybe we can even place some insulated tiles down here. What do we have enough of? The igneous rock. Just surround this with igneous rock. It is also time for another duplicant. Oh, a plug slug and a snazzy red suit. Oh, did I finish the suits for all the duplicants is the question. We have an ugly crier or an ugly crier. This one has a decreased bathroom use speed. We do not have bathrooms for you guys. 42. Print. Check the schedule. 42 is correct. How many suits do we have for our dupes? Andras doesn't seem to have a suit. There is no suit lying around. Make a few more snazzy suits. Not sure, maybe 10. And then make a few more snazzy blue suits. Also 10. We can send them to other planetoids. Where's the dupe? Number 33? You're not assigned to this bed. The heck? Don't even think about it. No. Those are the beds for the good dupes. How many dupes do we have on this planet? Anyways. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4 duplicants. Nazgul the dupe, Nazgul the dupe, Feral Kitten, Andras. Feral Kitten, Andras, Nazgul the dupe, Nazgul the dupe. Yep, that is correct. That means we can print 2 more duplicants here. Nazgul the dupe number 5, dancing hard. Meaning we can print Nazgul the dupe number 6 and Nazgul the dupe number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, by the way, on Zapiel we finished our encasing of this liquid pool. I had to delete a few of the gas pockets, place in some tiles, delete them, deconstruct them, and so on and so forth. But that means we can build at least one of our steam turbines, because that is all the material that we have, just enough for one. Ridiculous. Maybe I need to control the heat. I definitely need to control the heat. So if I place this, let's say 1 steam turbine, 2nd steam turbine. If I place this here, deconstruct this tile, then I need enough metal for at least a few doors. So we have uranium ore that can, I'm not sure how much temperature that can withstand. If this gets too hot, we can close a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I can't go in there later on, I should make it in a way that I can access it automatically and manually. Meaning depleted uranium, 2 sensors, 2 sensors, 2 sensors, manual, manual, manual. And do I need a thermosensor or a atmosensor? I need a thermosensor for this to control it. Thermo, and thermosensor. That's totally overkill, but why not? I want to use up all this liquid. I don't want to drop it back. I want to have the option to drop it back. That would be a good idea. So have the option right here and use this for, I don't know, just drop it into space. Let's make it like this for now. We can see later how this works. Connect it downwards as well, so we can cut and deconnect this at will. No power cable for this down there, but a power cable for this. Otherwise it will not run. I will connect this to the grid when I have enough material for that. For now I'm just going to place down a lamp. Like so. Aiden, what happened? Why are you so stressed? Low morale. Only 27 of 28. That's absolutely unacceptable. Take a look at this horrible, grisly meal. They haven't had any recreational activities. Why not? You have an espresso machine, you do have a jukebox, you have a arcade cabinet, mechanical surfboard, and so on. Why didn't you not do any of those? Maybe Aiden needed way too long to get back to the base. Let's check the schedule for Aiden. Already 5 down slots. That should be enough, definitely. Let's just wait a cycle. And here on Stay Cool's place, our cooling loop is working. It is not filled completely, as you can see here, by the giant part where there is a missing coolant, and this area here where there's also no coolant at all. But we will refill these spots with our salt water as soon as they appear. For example, right now there's a giant area where there is no coolant and we are refilling it with the salt water. On Zapiol we finished our single steam turbine. We did not have material for more than one. Now I think we can collect all the leftover materials, those here and these here, and after that, just for the giggles, dig through the bisolite down here, drop the brine and use the energy for, I'm not sure, not even sure if you have enough material for the cable here. 15 more cable tiles, no, that's not enough. I need a bit more uranium ore to build stuff, which is sad for this natural reserve here, but good for us. By the way, this here worked like a charm. We are now down to 22.5 or 22.4 degrees for the flower pot, which is why I already deconnected the pipe here, so no more extra cooling needed. Down to the left, the dupe stuck a little bit and I had them build 2 of those robo miners. This one hasn't been connected up. Also one more here if the dupes can actually build the corner here, and one more here which is already finished with their task. Can we build another one here? We can connect this up to a cable and deconstruct this here. Back at Steku's place, let's take a look at the temperatures. Wow, nice and green. Absolutely nice. What is the temperature that we are trying to achieve with our cooling system? Give me the right button, goddammit. We aim for 20 degrees Celsius. That is okay. 20 degrees is fine. If you subtract the 14 degrees, that is not fine, but 20 absolutely okay. Cool. Very cool. Compared to Steku's corpse at 106 degrees Celsius. Why? On Zapiol, the metal extraction progressed a tiny bit. And on Flodista, it was time for another duplicate. On Aiden's asteroid, the whole crew is giving their best, digging through the hard materials and encasing the chlorine geyser. A while later, the excavation on Zapiol has been finished. Now we can take care of the silly part on Zapiol. What I mean is having our lovely Echo dig right through the abyssalite, freeing the heat held back by it, and dropping tons and tons of salt water and brine directly into the magma biome, instantly producing steam in the progress. Then we managed to grab us a decor intensive suit for the Magma planet. Speaking about this purple thingy here, Aiden's asteroid looks like this at the moment. And this here is Zapiol, beautifully evaporating all of our liquid, turning it into steam, which then our steam turbine hopefully can use. The steam actually is hot enough, but I haven't noticed the steam turbine not working at this point in time. I think the issue was that I forgot to hook up the output pipe. And holy heck, take a look at this, we have 5,000 kilograms of steam in this single tile. And how else should it be? We overcooled all of the farming plots on Steku's place. I will be fixing this by changing the temperature and routing more of our radiant gas pipes all throughout the base. The excavation on Aiden's asteroid progressed to this state. We also got the chance for non-spoilable food and I printed it on the Magma planet. I also tested our interplanetary exchange system and sent over a little bit of lime and steel, I think. That was probably just the first material that was lying around there. Here on the other side, this is Wade's planet, we are sending the stuff over, dropping it with a conveyor chute, and the autosweeper on Flodista's planet just picks it up. The thing that I actually wanted to send over was the coal, not the steel that is in there at the moment. The system has changed to coal, the coal is being dropped, the dropped coal is being picked up by the autosweeper on Flodista. The whole system is heating up over time, but it is cooled with this cooling loop here, cooled by the new buildings, which name I just can't remember. And this is Zapiol, where the steam turbine still is not working. Also, our doors melted. Apparently the uranium doors were not meant for those temperatures. They even cooled down and formed natural tiles. Yeah, thanks, past me. And here's the reason why the system was just not working. I forgot to hook it up, right there. Now the steam turbine should activate. Yeah, it did. On Aiden's asteroid we dug out another chunk. Aiden and Lamb seem to be getting along quite well. I don't know why, but I do have the feeling that there is something cooking in the background. Sometimes Lamb doesn't seem to be agreeing with Aiden's iron ruling. Well, this is not a democracy. This is Aiden's autocratic asteroid, which looks like this at the moment, by the way. I am not sure what this down here to the left is. Let's keep an eye on this. This looks very suspicious. It is not even a few cycles later, and who do we find down here? Besides the tunnel dug into the natural tiles, we can see Lamb innocently digging up what looks to be a geyser. And while I went into the kitchen and made me a fresh and nice cup of coffee, look what I came back to. Lamb excavated a vent and a slush geyser, as it appears. We also found a few arbitraries and a few pips. For some reason it seems that they want to build more tunnels and what seems to be some form of foundation. Besides that, the dupes progressed the excavation quite a lot on the rest of Aiden's asteroid. And for some future plans they even made space in the middle of the base, which I wanted to reserve for a giant statue, a colossal monument to our lovely ruler Aiden. Hey guys, it has been another 8 hours where the game has been running in the background on speed 1 so that nothing bad can happen. Well, at least that was my thought behind this. As you can see, the Lamb, with the help of Mima, has been very sus, digging down here and building this weird platform. Not sure what they intend to do with that. This is the whole base. The dupes cleaned up a little bit. We made space here in the middle for a big statue of our lovely Aiden Olsen. And we progressed all of the rooms here. Zepiel also still looks nice. The temperature is in the green, except for this area here, where we placed down a steam turbine. I had to deconstruct the old steam turbine. Corner built more insulation tiles, so that 2 ports are blocked, so that our steam turbine no longer overheats. This produces the full 850 watts of power constantly for, I don't know, ever. Take a look at this steam here. Those are 760 kilogram of 400 degree steam. Or if you go down here, still the same. Oh, it has evened out. There was a pocket with over, I don't know, 7,000 kilograms of 1,200 degree steam. Awesome. If we need more steam, we can even just deconstruct our infinite storage that we have here with around 196 tons times 4 and dump it on this magma. Connect it up to this room, and we do have power for basically ever. Also, I find it hilarious that we have this many morphs. This isn't even a dedicated morph factory, they just freaking appear because I do have the outhouse here, which should be constantly blocked. It is not, but it doesn't matter. It will be out of order soon enough. And every time I reload the game, which I do quite often because, well, as you've seen, I've played a lot in the last time. Every time I reload, we spawn in another morph. Morphs need at least 5 tiles to produce the maximum amount of polluted oxygen that they can, and they are free to roam here, and it's so funny. For me, they look like one of those lava lamps. Seku's place finally looks a little bit nicer. They finished this area here, which we can now use for a nice living area. They connected up almost all of the conveyor rails, and even the conveyor rail here on top. Super nice. This couldn't be reached though. Should have thought about that. We'll fix that. Like this. Our temperature is also nice and green here, as you can see. I had it too cold, our plants weren't growing anymore, so I built even more of those aluminum pipes, but this time in areas that were hotter, so this is helping evening out the temperature to a degree that this won't overcool. Also set this to 29 degrees Celsius instead of 20. The main planet has basically non-stop produced steel. Non-stop isn't completely true because we also are dependent on the water here. Time to refill this thing, and on our material that we still have: lime 3 tons, refined carbon 3 tons and iron 16 tons. We are at, let's check this, 73 tons of steel at the moment. And totally out of refined carbon, totally out of coal for the refined carbon. Do you know where I got my coal from in the first place? I actually used our transport system up here. No, up here. How did I do that? We do have this here, the conveyor loader, which is set to diamond at the moment. We do not want the diamond. We do want coal. Allow the manual use. Go up to consumable ore. Check the coal. Set this to 9. And then we check if we do have coal on this planet. Yeah. A lot of coal in the 1 tile storage. A dupe will now come by, fill this up, hopefully. Yeah, Ted, current errand. Then we see if this is connected. This should go up here, and we drop in the top left corner if we connect this up here, like so. And there is the coal. Speed this up a bit. And as soon as the coal is dropped here, you can see the coal being picked up on the first planet, on our Flodista planet. Right here, the top right corner. Also being delivered to this conveyor loader and dumped into our one-tile storage after filtering out everything that we do not need in the one-tile storage. And then we can use it for the steel production. What do we need all this steel for? First, let me make a little bit room in the base. For that, I need to get rid of a little bit of these nuclear waste that I've accumulated here. So let's just dump that up there. Copy the settings from these two to nuclear waste, enable auto bottling priority 9. The storage bin has solid nuclear waste. Can we place that somewhere else? No, we leave this. We deconstruct the second one later on, but for now we just wait. Check this out, now we do have enough space for a lovely monument. Go to the monument base, invest 7,500 kilogram of steel and 2,500 kilogram of obsidian and place it roughly around here with the orientation to the right. Let's check this, more like this. Then, can we already place the second one, the middle section? 2,500 kilogram plastic, ceramic and 5 tons of steel. We cannot place it, we need to wait for the dupes. Once the dupes delivered enough materials, they started building the monument layer for layer. This might be burning through our ceramic and our plastic on this planet, but we do have enough steel. What we apparently do not have enough of is space. So I gotta get rid of a whole lot of buildings, reroute some piping, reroute some power cables. With this we should be able to build the head of the monument. Oh, and let's not forget about the conveyor rails. With our beautiful monument built here on Flodista, it is time for the hard part, the designing process. Which duplicate do we want to represent this planet? And what kind of pose and foundation should they get? After clicking on everything, I figured that we can have them represent this planet's core values. Built on the foundation of red bolts, punching right through the right side of the planet, the direction of the fist showing the direction of the red bolts. Then we finished the episode with a lot more beautification on Flodista, starting with background tiles and sculptures, even here to the left of the planet, hopefully increasing our decor, because as you can see, let me click it, there are still a lot of red areas. Which brings us to the second stage. Pixel packs, extremely material intensive, but with a very high decor value. As we can see here, even overpowering the negative debuff from the cables. Which is why I even replaced the drywall here in the recreation dance room. Which makes feral kittens so happy that they are giving out balloons to all the inhabitants that are not under arrest. With this I will be ending this episode. If you want to, check out my main channel or some other videos on this channel. Also leave a like and so on. Appreciate you and I'm out.